Hey everybody, it's Tuesday. I was looking for my I was looking for my lip gloss because my lips was looking a little chapped. So y'all gonna get these chapped lips today because I don't know where my lip gloss is, and I'm not gonna keep looking for it because I don't know where it's at. You know, tell me where it's at. Anywho, it's Tuesday, so y'all know I'm here. I was gonna have a guest, but she kind of nervous, so and I ain't want to make her. I ain't want to push her to get on here and talk or whatever. She'll probably be able to do it next time, but she was kind of nervous. I know she was gonna be nervous, so I wasn't even tripping. I was expecting her to call me like, "Hey, I don't know," but let me tell y'all what happened to me so I can get this off my chest. I'm mad right now. So I ordered me some food because I'm thinking like, okay, I gotta do hair. I gotta do my show. I'm like, I gotta do all this stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, boom, I'm gonna order me some food. I ordered me some food, right? And they delivered it to the wrong freaking door. Y'all know I'm mad. Then they was like, oh, well, we could go get the food and then bring it to you. Nah, I'm good, love. Refund me my money. So I wanted what I ordered. Like I seriously wanted it. But it's all good. So just so I don't keep y'all here all night, because y'all know I ain't one of them people that just ramble on and talk about nonsense. So anyway, I wanted to do a show about finding peace versus creating peace. Because I always see people like posting, talking, people asking, you know what I'm saying? So I actually wanted to do something that has, excuse my little glasses. I'm all toe up today. I'm mad about my food for real. But so I wanted to do a show so that I could just give like some examples of how you create your own peace. And I don't want to say finding peace because I never say that I found peace. I create my own peace because like if you looking for something, you could look for it forever. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to like keep those open in order to have what you want or get what you want. You know what I'm saying? So either way. So one thing is, and I tell people this all the time, like you got to learn to say no. Say no. I don't care what it is, who it is, what it's about. Say no. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to. And people who try to make you feel bad for not doing things are manipulators. They're controllers. It's the gist of it because you should be able to make your own decisions for you, no matter what. If somebody getting mad at you because you don't want to do something that they want you to do, and then they throw a temper tantrum like a child, I definitely ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? So you have to, and that's part of how I create my peace. Like I'll say no in a heartbeat. If I don't want to do something, if I don't want to show up somewhere, I just say no with no excuse. No, it's not even about an excuse. It's just that I don't want to come, or I don't want to do that, or I don't think that's a good idea for me to be involved in. So say no. You will feel so much more peaceful when you say no. Because 9 times out of 10, when you don't want to do something, means you have other things that you want to do, or you don't feel comfortable doing that thing. But people will 100% try to guilt you into stuff. They will 100% try to guilt you into stuff. I know people talk about boundaries, 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 boundaries. But for some, it's hard for them to keep those boundaries up. And I get it, like to learn how to say no and to learn how to stay stable on your boundaries takes practice. It takes you saying no and then feeling good and not at home like, oh my God, I said no. Oh, everybody gonna be, who cares? Like literally, who cares? Because they'll get over it eventually. And if they respect you, if they love you, if they understand like whatever you're going through, or they respect your feelings, they will understand when you say no. No, I'm not coming. No, I can't do that. No, 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 whatever the situation may be. Say no. That's one way to like if you want to create a peaceful environment, say no. Another thing is, y'all know what I don't like is I don't like when people text you and then they expect for you to text them immediately back. I don't like that because it's a text message. If I text you and you don't respond to me for an hour, if it's important, I'm gonna pick up the phone and call. So when it comes to your phone, if you don't want to answer your phone, if you feel pressure to do things that you don't want to do, that disrupts your peace. Or it makes you feel like, oh, I have to do this because of this. If I always tell people, if it's an emergency, you better call me because I might not answer a text message for a whole day. Not intentionally, I might be busy. I might be doing this and doing that, and I might not be paying attention to my phone because I'm not a big phone person. So if you like me and you're not a big phone person, you know what I'm saying? I have a business line or a business phone. So if that phone ring, of course. But sometimes I on my voicemail, and it's so funny because everybody talk about me. I tell people like I'm gonna get back to them in 72 hours. Like it might not be no, no, because you never know what happens in your life. So in order for you to create peace, not find peace, but create peace, you have to be strict with what you feel. And no, people are not gonna like it. They're not gonna like those boundaries. 100%, I promise you, they're not gonna like them. They're gonna get mad at you. They're gonna feel like you're acting funny and all of that stuff. But you're not. You're just created in a space that is helps you thrive. 9 times out of 10, you feel turmoil because of something else someone is placing on you, or making you feel some kind of way. And it's hard to ignore people when they throwing temper tantrums. But I always think of like when people throw temper tantrums with me, I always say like, that's not my child, because I tear my child up. But it's not my child. So I don't owe them any responsibility to coddle them or make them feel like, oh, hey, let me just, no, 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 no. So we're going to practice saying no right now. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. But say no. Another way to create peace, and I thought about this before I said it, and I wasn't going to talk about it because I know this is like a heavy thing in people's lives. Stay out of people's business. If it does not affect you or it doesn't change or alter your life, stay out of people's business. Because a lot of times we take on burdens of other people and their burdens and their problems and their situations, when sometimes it's time for them to learn, it's time for them to change, it's time for them to grow up. And then we want to take on their whole burden. Oh, they can't do this, so I got to find somebody to do this for them. They can't make phone calls. They can't ask people themselves. Like, what's wrong? And I always ask people this question. I'm like, you just took on a whole problem because they came to you inventing. I allow people to vent. And then I ask them, well, what you going to do about it? Because I want to know what you're going to do before I go in to try to do something. Because I'm not going to go harder than you on what you're doing, because that's disrupting my peace. So if you want to remain at peace, sometimes you have to just tell people like, listen, and I know people hate when I say this, like, I'm going to pray for you. And I'll say, like, if there's any way that I can support you, like, support you, not do it for you, support you in whatever you're going through. I will support you. And if I can't, then I can't. That's true. That's true. Create boundaries and stay firm. People who love and respect you. Yes, but I will say it's also important to express your wishes and not to expect people to read our minds. They should know better, but sometimes people need to be told. Exactly. Is that definitely express yourself. Definitely express yourself. Like, don't just walk away from a person and say no. Just let them know why. Like, I'm not doing it because of this. But stand firm. Because what happens is people, you'll tell somebody no, and they will try to like everything in the world to make you feel bad. And you just have to stand firm on that, because think about it. When you don't say no, or when you don't set boundaries, or when you're not honest with people, you find yourself in a hole. You find yourself being tired and frustrated and upset and just not in place. It's let them handle their business and you handle your business. People say, like, they can't say no to per se their children. Oh, I gotta help my kids. I gotta help my kids. Okay, I'm with it. Anybody who know me, they know I love my children to death. Like, I love my boys. It's nothing that I would not possibly do for them. But I also raise them to be independent. And I also tell them all the time, like, I'm not gonna be here always. So you need to you need to be able to take care of yourselves. And I'll tell y'all a funny story. A few weeks ago, my son was on the phone with his girlfriend, and they talking. And so he's telling her, he's like, telling her about laundry or something, and her mama didn't do a laundry or something crazy. But he's like, listen, you can't always depend on your mama to do stuff for you. You got to be able to do it yourself. And I just started giggling because I said, you got that right. Because it don't matter what it is. Even if it's cooking dinner, I might come home late. Don't wait till I come home to talk about you hungry. Y'all better go in there and cook y'all something. So I know that people want to be there for their children and they want to be there for grandchildren or whoever, but sometimes you have to allow a person to go through things. And if it starts disrupting you and what you got going on, then definitely that's a no. Definitely a no. And I know it sounds harsh, but it's not. Setting boundaries, creating your own space, telling people no, being able to be authentic and true to who you are and what you're willing to do, and being honest with yourself. It's so important to be honest with yourself about your limitations, about what you are like. Why do we feel like we have to give our whole self to someone in order for them to accomplish a goal? Like, I hate when people say this one thing, and it really bothers me that they say, I put my life on hold for XYZ thing or for this person. And I always ask them why. Why did you put your life on hold? Because you could have still lived your life and they could have lived their life and y'all could have supported each other. So what was the purpose of you putting your life? Now you're feeling regret. Now you're feeling frustrated. And those are the spaces that we find ourselves in when we don't set boundaries, when we don't say no. When we don't say no. Because it's important. Hey, Dr. Sierra, she said, that's great info, Damasha. That's hard for a lot of parents. They feel guilty for saying no, especially to their upbringing. Yeah, upbringing was, especially their upbringing was hard. True. And I know, not saying like, I can't really say like my upbringing was hard, but I can say that my parents was like, you gonna be independent. You're gonna handle your business. And we have to teach our kids that, because then we have issues later on and then we frustrated and we angry and all of that stuff. And we mad at the kids, but we really need to be mad at ourselves. We definitely need to be mad at ourselves because we taught them this behavior. We taught them that every time I feel guilty or I whine, she gonna do something. And that's not the case, because now you disrupted mama peace. I tell my kids all the time, like, listen, I'm not that grandma. I know people like, no, I'm not that grandma. I've been a single parent since my kids was 1 and 3. When they get big and they doing their own thing, turn up. It's time for me to, for real, have a good time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that I gave my life up for them, because I lived my life while I had my kids. I really lived my life. I partied a whole season of my life, like every night, every single night. I partied. I was married. You know, I did a lot of stuff. I went on trips. Some trips they went with me, some trips they didn't go with me. I went to school. I got my master's degree, bachelor's degree, you know, such and such. I lived my life with them. And so we have to learn how to live our life and not allow people to break our peace. When it comes to your phone, when it comes to your boundaries, when it comes to saying no, when it comes to your children, and then definitely when it comes to your family. And parents, if you like my age or older and you have, I know it's hard. Like, I literally know it's hard to tell your parent no, because they be like, well, you know, I'm older and you know, I need help and you know this. No, 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 no. I don't know, but I think this, like my age, probably like between 35 and 50, our parents believe that it's our job right now to be taking care of them. No, y'all should be having fun. I shouldn't even have to take care of you, because should be having so much fun that you're not even worried about me. Literally. And so that's the space where you have to put, you can tell your parents, no, I know they raised you. I know they might say, I gave my life up for you and I sacrificed so much for you. And da, da, da. But if it's not within your realm of peace, no. My mom be battling with me all the time. And I love my mom. I absolutely love my mom to death. But she knows sometimes be like, oh no, ma'am. No, ma'am, I'm not doing that. No, ma'am, no, ma'am, nope, I'm sorry, mama, I love you. No, ma'am. And she'd be like, Nisha. And I'd be like, I know, mama, I love you. I appreciate everything you did for me, every way you taught me. But no, ma'am, no ham. No, no, not. And it, it's easy for me now, but there was a time in my life when it wasn't easy. But you got to start practicing. And I'm very respectful when it comes to my mom. I know like some people cuss in front of their parents. I'm a grown woman and I still have not said a cuss word in front of my mom. So the level of respect that I still give her is like, no, I can't do that. She might call me 20 times. Why you ain't answering your phone? Because I was taking some time to myself. I'm okay. You just saw me on the internet. I'm fine. And not that I'm being rude or being nasty, but you gotta allow yourself to create that peace. You have to allow yourself to create that peace. You have to allow yourself to know that it's okay to make a decision that's for you. I think that we have the hardest times making decisions that are for us because we don't want to seem selfish. We don't want to seem rude. We don't want to seem like nobody else is important in our life. And that's not the case. That's not the case at all. It's just the fact that you are making a decision for you and it's okay. It is okay. If you think about it, spend like a whole day. If you don't do this, spend like a whole day or maybe 2 days to yourself doing exactly whatever you want to do. And then come back or send me a DM and tell me how your day was. Which means that if somebody call you with a problem, you're not getting into it. If they don't have a solution for their problem, I definitely don't get into it. I don't want to just hear problems. You got a problem, you got a solution. If you need support finding a solution, I can help you do that. But I'm not going to fix the problem for you. Because mostly the problem you got yourself into, or the problem was centered around something where you didn't set a boundary. So I can't take that on. And I know for some it sounds like, oh, that's mean, but you create your own peace. If you can't find the peace, because you'll be constantly looking for peace. If you don't have any boundaries, if you can't say no, if you're not able to decide like when it's something that you really can do and when it's something that you really can't do, you will not find peace. You have to literally take peace and say, it's mine. This is mine. Yes, you can have that peace within from like praying and meditating and all of those spiritual things. Definitely gonna have that peace within. Definitely. But then once you go home and you pray or you meditate and you feel at peace, then your phone ring and then somebody on the line like, you know what, such and such did to me, blah, blah, blah. Nope. Nope. If you call me like that, I instantly say, okay, I'll call you back. No, I just got them praying. I just got them meditate. I'm in a peaceful state, and now here come the drama. You have to be able to tell people, like, I'm not dealing with that. I'm not talking about people. That's why I said minding your business, because a lot of times people will dump on you somebody else's dump. Because somebody dumped on them, now they finna dump it on you. No, ma'am. No, sir. That has nothing to do with me. In situations where people are constantly like they get upset about something and then they constantly over and over. If you want to talk about it and you want to vent about it, a first, maybe two, and I might take the third time. At the fourth time, I'm like, well, what you gonna do about it? Like, you still talking about it? It done happened. It's over with. Not saying that you have to get over it, but what's the next move? Because now they're stuck in the situation, and now they're trying to pull you to be stuck in that situation with them. which means there's no movement, and movement should always be forward. And not saying that you can't have and internalize and sympathize and empathize with people, because you 100% can, but you have to be careful what you are pulling into your life from someone else's life. Because, like I said, sometimes people are going through things because they need to grow, they need to focus, they need, they need something. The universe, God is speaking to them. But we don't know that. So we always want to put our hands in stuff. Now we frustrated. Now we upset. Now we can't focus. Now we at home feeling peace, feeling like we don't have peace. Now, things happening and it's intense in your house. Every time somebody say something to you, like, what? Because you done took on somebody else's stuff. If you want to support somebody, support them in being independent and not being codependent on you. And when people are manipulating you, meaning like they're getting upset or they're throwing their little attitude or they not talking to you, and then you internalizing like, man, why they not talking to me? Why they mad at me? Like, what happened? Did something happen? What? Now that's playing on your mind. Now you can't focus. You can't get no work done. You don't have no peace, no nothing. They're manipulating your emotions. The one thing I don't like is a manipulator. That is so frustrating for me, because that means you're trying to control me. And if you know me, you know I'm a butterfly. I just want to do whatever I want to do, and I want to be at peace when I do it. And I don't want people controlling me with their attitudes, with their temperaments, with their words. I don't want that, because that messes with my peace. And I'm sure it's a lot of people in the world, and it messes with their peace. So as soon as I feel like somebody upset with me for a decision that I made for me that was the best for me, okay, I'm going on. You own those feelings. And I'll tell them, I realize that you upset, and not even apologize for upset. But I just realized you upset. I don't know what you want me to do with that. But you could be upset and stay there, and I'm gonna be upset and I'm going on. I'm gonna be okay and I'm going about my business because I'm gonna be at peace. I'm telling you, there is no finding peace. You have to create peace. You have to turn your phone off or put it on. My friend Yoli say D&D. I don't know. I think it's like D&D. Do not disturb or something. But you have to do that. You have to say, like, I'm not putting up with people coming to me, dumping on me. And I know, like, we hear this all the time, but literally, like, cut them off in the middle of sentence. That ain't got nothing. No, you. It's one person in my life that get mad at me every time they call me, because they call me to say, and they know I'm talking about them because I say it to them. So this ain't nothing I don't say to them in their face. They call me and they want to vent about something, and I listen, and they start venting about the same things, and I say, okay, well, you haven't found a solution to that problem. I will talk to you later, and I get off the phone. Because you have, and it's not being rude, it's just being honest. It's allowing. You only talking about sure. I don't get trying to expose me, but but it's you. You allow what people do to you. And when it comes to like a job, people are always talking about, well, I got to stay at this job because this, that, and the other, da, 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 but it's not peaceful. It's not peaceful. So what else can you do? How do you step out of that space of like not wanting to, you're not happy at your job, or you're not happy doing whatever work you're doing? That means you have to find your passion. Creating peace and then finding your passion is something different, because you don't know what you're passionate about. But you can create your own peace. You're allowed to pick what you want in your environment. I know people like, well, I can't pick my kids, I can't pick my mama, I can't pick my cousin, but you can set boundaries for those people. So if you don't like your job, it's not peaceful for you, the people there are not peaceful, you have to figure out, how can I create peace in this environment for me? Because it's just for you. You can't create peace for other people. You can only create peace for yourself. Other people may be disrupted, or they may feel whatever they feel, but you can't do anything about that. You can only do that for you. So how can you create peace? Find your passion. At your work, find your passion. What are you passionate about? What do you really want to do? Why isn't this job peaceful? Is it the people? Is it the pay? Is it like, what is it? You out in the sun all day. You don't figure out what it is. Find a solution. And then allow yourself to want more or see yourself doing more. A lot of times fear is what keeps us from creating that peace. Fear of what people gonna think about what we say or what we do or the choices that we make. Who cares? I make decisions and sometimes I don't even tell anybody. And I don't tell anybody because I don't want to hear it. If I pray about something, if I meditate about something and I feel this is the best decision for my life, in the times that I need to get advice, then I get that advice. But if I feel at peace, that's the decision. And then afterward, people are like, well, why you didn't tell? Because I knew I was going to hear all of this and everything worked out just fine. Create your own peace. Yoli in the comments, I'm like, yes, a witness all the time. She trying to expose me on this internet, y'all. I ain't gonna let her expose me. But create your own peace. I know people like are like, I'm trying to find that peace. I'm trying to find that peace. Well, you have to create it. You have to create it. You're trying to find your passion. You're trying to find yourself. Because even tomorrow, um, your worst day, you can still feel peaceful. Sometimes I have bad days, but I still feel at peace. Sometimes I struggle, but I still feel at peace. Create that space that's right for you. So when you do go through things, you can say, you know what, whew, this thing really on me. But guess what? I still got my peace. I'm frustrated, but I still got peace. They going through all of that stuff over there, and I really want to help them, but I can't help them. Okay, I still got peace, but maybe I can provide some kind of support. I had to tell my mama no, but I still got peace. I had to tell my kids no, but I still got peace. It's mental. Everything is mental. It's all in what people think about you, what they're going to say, how they're going to feel, how they're going to treat you, because nobody wants to be treated badly. Nobody wants to be manipulated or controlled or anything like that, or they don't want people showing their attitude to them. Nobody wants that because it doesn't feel good. But at the same time, you have to get in a space where you know, like, I did the right thing. I wouldn't have been able to afford to give my son $600 for whatever he wanted, but now he got an attitude and he mad at me. But he don't understand that I have all these other bills to pay. Or I wouldn't have been able to support my friend in her business like I wanted to because I didn't have it. Now she upset because she think I have it because she see all the stuff that I normally do. Because the underlying fact is people really don't know what's going on. That's why you have to create your own space. Know, set boundaries, find your passion. It's your environment. And I'm just talking about you. I'm not talking about you and everybody else. Just you. Because I'm going to say it 100 times. You cannot create peace for other people. I don't care how much you talk to them. I don't care how much you encourage them. I don't care how they have to create their own peace. You can make them feel good for the moment, but then when you walk away or when you done saying whatever, they back in that turmoil again until they learn to create their own peace. So 100% create your own peace. Looking for peace, creating it, that comes from you. That comes from within. That comes from the decisions that you make. And once you learn that creating it is an easy thing to do in some ways, but it's an easy thing to do. And you can do it. I always tell people, y'all want me to tell them no for you? I'm gonna tell them no the first 3 times, and then after that, I'm gonna say such and such said no. I'm not coming. I can't do that, or I will not be able. Whatever. And don't forget to express yourself. Express how you feel and why you're not. If you want to tell a person why you're not doing something, fine. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes the answer is just no, or I'm not going to be able to do that. And if you try to manipulate me, then the answer is going to be no all the time. Because now I feel like you're trying to control me. So that's it, y'all. Only 30 minutes today. I was going to go an hour, but I ain't going an hour because I ain't going to talk about. And I'm hungry because I told y'all what Uber did to my food. And I'm mad about that. I was hungry and I really wanted something, and they sent my order to the wrong place. So now I got to find something, or I got to cook something. So, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in on all the platforms. Just remember to like, share, and subscribe. I keep forgetting to say that, but like, share, and subscribe. And before I go, though, because I keep forgetting this, if anybody have any questions, anything they want to say, speak now, forever hold your peace. Okay. I don't see no comments. Good. Well, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I will see y'all next Tuesday. I believe I have a guest. A special guest. So, but see y'all next Tuesday.